Welcome to Writer's Block. I'm Darla Drew with Backroom Productions, and we're here with Anna Davidson Martinez. She's a well-known poet, writer, just all-around artist, and we're here to talk to her today in her home in Spearfish. Hi, Anna.
Hi, Darla. Good to see you guys.
Good to see
Yes.
you. So, let's just take this from no one knowing who you are. Where are you from? What brought you to the hills? How'd you get here?
I got here. I was born in Yankton, brought up in Lead. I was adopted.
Oh.
Brought up in Lead, and all my formative years really happened in Lead. And then we moved to Omaha. Oh boy.
That's a big change.
Yes. And then when my dad finished a residency in psychiatry, he moved back to South Dakota. So I ended up graduating from high school in Sioux Falls.
Oh.
And then he took a job here at Fort Meade, and we just kind of toddled along. And by that time, the family revel was really in deep doo-doo. So I escaped to Chicago for 30 years.
Oh.
And when I retired from the Chicago Tribune, it was time to come on back.
Now
home.
hold on. You wrote for the Chicago Tribune?
I did not write for the Tribune.
Okay.
I was in production.
Okay. Oh, production. Okay.
Yeah, that's the fun part.
I understand you did something else really fun in Chicago as well. You were part of Second City when you were there?
Yes, that was amazing.
I'm sure.
I worked with Del Close.
Yeah.
Who just basically is the godfather of improv.
You know, Del Close spent a summer at the Black Hills Playhouse.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, okay. Well, we know what we're talking about.
Yeah, he's crazy. He was crazy. He was totally crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And the skull that he bequeathed his skull to the Goodman Theater in Chicago.
So he started Second City, and then you worked
No, Bernie Stallings was basically the owner of Second City. Del was kind of the problem child, brilliant director, druggy, crazy person who he kept hiring and firing. And he finally hired him for quite a while. So there were many, many classes and many touring companies that he formed for Second City.
I think I read that about him, yeah. He's an interesting guy, but you were there as a woman writer?
Not as a writer, but basically the director's girlfriend. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I wasn't forking out money, but I was invited to the workshops and got to work with some really brilliant people.
I hear you didn't like Bill Murray that much.
I hated Bill Murray. He had this, I'm going to be a star and screw everybody else. So he was not very gracious to the people that were supporting him.
So who else might we know from that group?
Not Tino Insana. He was a pal of Belushi, but I missed Belushi by a year. But Jim Stahl and his wife,
Yes.
Meg Stahl, worked with them. Nicest people on earth. Just really great to work with.
Wow, you must have been very talented to be part of that group. I mean, they don't
I
let
was
just
in
anybody in.
I was in the third touring company.
Oh, okay.
And it was kind of like, okay, we like you, so, come on, we want to work with you.
Were you writing poetry at that time, or when did that evolve?
That happened with a PC.
Oh.
Yeah, I had no idea what was going on with me, and I was going to some of the coffee houses and, taking kind of a little tiny shot at it, working on one of those old clunky typewriters that didn't do it, and it was a struggle. But finally, what ended up happening is I was just able to grab onto a PC and it short circuited stuff in my brain. Because we didn't realize that I had these neurological deficits that they can diagnose now, but couldn't back in the day.
Okay.
So,
But somehow that inspired you or guided you to start.
the Second City was amazing, and I still use a lot of the principles that I learned in Second City in the poetry.
Okay.
So-
I understand your poetry is not exactly the stuff you'd read at a tea party, say.
No. No, I was the first one, I think, in 2002 when my first book was published, Notes from the Badlands. When that was published, I was the one that went, yep, I'm an incest survivor and childhood sexual abuse survivor, so I'll tell you what, let's talk about it. And it was like, too painful to think about, ain't gonna happen. But it did.
It did.
And then the Me Too movement started, and it's like,
Did that heal you even at that point to be able to say that and have it published? Okay.
yeah, it was amazing. But watching my parents' friend was even funnier because it was like, oh, we read this wonderful review in Panache, and isn't it great? And it's like, you miss something.
Yeah.
You miss something deliberately, because childhood sexual abuse is one of those subjects that it's still too painful to put out there.
It's still taboo in a lot of ways. You just, you know.
And this is South Dakota.
Yeah, it is.
And this is West River.
Mm-hmm.
So
you took your poetry and you kind of channeled those feelings and kind of let people know, even when it really wasn't a time we were talking about this.
oh yeah,
Yeah, and you kind of just put that into your work.
yeah. And that was the first one. And the second, I can't believe 5 books. 5 books? What? I had you the manuscript for 1 book, and now we've got 5 books. And it's fun. And I think who is that black guy, Larry, who's always at all the festivals of books? Lawrence Biggs, I asked him, hey, would you like to write the preface for this? He hasn't spoken to me since.
Oh.
And not that but my, the one thing that doing the book Letters to Assholes did is it exposed the racism that I'd learned at my, dad's knee.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got 5 books now?
Yep.
Okay, can you tell me what those are? Because I did read about Letters to Assholes, and I wanted to know more about that, of course. But can you name those 5 publications?
Just another recovering Presbyterian.
Okay.
Grateful recovering Presbyterian, I think. And cats. Well, cats. My life with cats.
I know you like cats.
One cat. Only one.
Okay.
I only have 1 cat.
Okay. So you're not the crazy cat lady. You just
Not
have
yet.
one. Okay.
No. And okay, Letters to Assholes. Live and in the Flesh. Oh God.
And your Badlands.
Oh yeah. Oh well, Badlands. That was 2003. So.
Okay.
But there's. Okay, I got brain farts. That's a bad thing about
That's
getting
fine.
old. My short-term memory
Oh boy,
is shot.
I'm there with you, Anna. Yeah.
Well, it's like we just named him yesterday or something. So it's
Yeah.
like I've got no idea.
Well, Josh, the cameraman, and I ended up at Lead looking for you today, so you got nothing on us. We got nothing on you.
I'm just like, okay,
What are you
can we just kind of cut loose and laugh on this one? Oh, Steve Yoon in Minari. He is Second City.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all familiar. So, when you want to read a poet, do you find something local that you can read, or do you mainly go with national authors, or just not reading?
Well, there's a poets that really get to me. Joy Harjo.
Oh,
When I saw her read She Had Some Horses, that is one of the most brutal things And she just went head on. And I want to be like that when I grow up.
She is great.
Yeah. So, can't remember her name. There's another one.
Well, we'll just talk, and if it comes, it comes. You know?
And hopefully you can edit the daylights out of this.
I don't think we need to. I think we're great doing it the way we are.
Yeah,
so,
well,
you
we're
know?
just kind of, I think we're warming up.
I like natural conversations, but you know, so when you are looking for inspiration, does it come from something you've experienced? Do you somehow go outside yourself and find these things? Pull them from
That
the
whole
ether?
process, that whole thing of creative flow, and I think every creative person in the world, you know, everybody from Richard Dyson, the physicist, they all go into this, you know, when they're really hitting it, and you're really in the zone, you're in that creative flow, and you can tell you've been there by, oops, I gotta go pee, I haven't eaten, and I've been glued to the, for 3 hours, and I got a punchline, I got a poem.
Oh, okay.
And it's just, there's not a thing of going outside, or outside is kind of pretty, I like to watch the deer, and, you know, but, and there's a groundhog out there too, which is a lot of fun. But when you're in the process, you're definitely in that state of creative flow. And a lot of it comes from within, because it's always kind of exploring, because I look in the mirror and say, well, where did I get that face? Yeah. Oh, I kind of miss
Yeah. So, okay, you're starting to, I didn't know that you started to write poetry just like in 2002. That seems kind of fairly recent.
When I left 2097, and I realized I was really pretty good at it.
Okay.
And then when Biff Malibu was still in business. I love that place. And when they were still in business, I was trying to organize some kind of a reading, some kind of a poetry event. And I met with the typical Deadwood lead resistance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think poetry is a hard sell, just overall.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you know,
it's like, what do you want? Do you want Hallmark, which most people seem to prefer?
Yeah.
You know, that kind of sentimental, icky stuff.
So how would you, do you have like a little catchphrase that tells us who you are? No?
Because I still don't know sometimes.
Bad bitch or anything like
Oh,
that?
God, no. No, I think I deserve better than that.
I'm sorry.
No, I mean, it's just, why? I mean, I think women, more than anything else, need to support each other. Yeah, okay,
yes.
Don't get me started. My tattoo is the mirror of Venus with the fist holding a bunch of flowers, and I thought about it for 40 years. You know, somebody just called me Grandma Feminazi, and I went, huh?
Oh, gee.
It's like, no, we fought for that stuff way back in the late 60s, early 70s, and now we've been kicked back that again.
We're kind of short on time, but I think this might run over just a bit because Anna is just fascinating. And one of the things she's doing now with her creative flow, if you will, is these beautiful beaded rocks. And she sells, excuse me, nice, I drop it. But she sells these online and has a beautiful collection. Where would somebody go to look at these, Anna?
Artifacts, Antiques, and Art on Main Street. Bonnie Halsey Dutton's store.
Okay.
She's amazing. Oh, God, that woman is so amazing.
She is amazing. Yep,
and she's such a wonderful teacher, too.
Well, she's got these gorgeous, I mean, just intricately beaded works, and she's got lots of different colors, lots of shapes, sizes. We just grabbed this one because it was close to the camera. All of them are equal value. I mean, they're just gorgeous.
Yeah, and they're fun, and they have personalities, and She's got one called Deadwood Dick that just kind of jumps out of the display cabinet and gets
But-
broken.
Can I get this online too?
Yeah, you can on Facebook. And
Where do I go? Anna?
just Anna Davidson Martinez on Facebook. I'm there.
Okay.
Pretty easy to find because I'm the only one in Spearfish. So.
Okay.
But yeah, I will sell them. I will part with them.
Yeah.
These are my babies, and I don't think I'm the only one doing those. And those I think are an Anna original.
Oh, I would.
So
I would guess
and they
too.
don't conflict with anything that the native, the beading that the native women do around here.
So Anna is always interesting, always reinventing herself in some way, in some art form. And, you know, we're really interested in her poetry today, and she's going to do a little read for us. So we're excited to hear that as well.
Oh,
And so, thank you, Anna. I really appreciate what you've done for the Black Hills just by living here, being here, and bringing your talent to all of us.
well,
So
thank you.
thank you very much. I really enjoyed our talk today.